Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the freshest, the Kruze review. I'm OG 4 I Fly at TP. Yeah, man. Back with another long coming review. 2-3 has been a interesting year as far as hip hop goes. You know, we're dealing with the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and you know, just to throw it in there, you know, I didn't really speak to bro about this, but I think it'll be a good idea upcoming if we do the 50 greatest groups and MCs of the Kruze review.
Okay.
We might get that off in August.
Yeah.
We might get that off around hip hop's, you know, coming day of August 11th, 1973. We might get that off around that time. Because I think it's appropriate that, you know, you watchers get an official list of the 50 years of hip hop, because you're not gonna get it nowhere else. Now, I mean, really, honestly, I really didn't think about it until now myself, but I think it's appropriate because, you know, these other grand stages, they not gonna give it to you. So, you know, not to get off track, that because I don't know if you've seen it, bro, but there's like a battle, I think, on allhiphop.com going on, where they did, like, you know, they doing like the 50 greatest groups, and I think the greatest group is supposed to perform at this upcoming BET Awards later this month in June.
Okay.
And it boiled down to Death Row against Wu-Tang. Death Row ain't really a group.
That's not really a group. That's a record label.
Yeah, and a lot of people saying that. You know, Math Hoffa's really been on it, and a lot of people have said that same thing.
Yeah, that don't count.
Yeah,
man. That's whoever's the editorial and make that decision. Yeah,
you know, this is why you need official A&Rs, and that's why I said I think it'll be appropriate if we did our own. So that's one of the reasons. But like I was saying, not to get off track, this has been a very interesting year as far as hip hop goes, as far as albums that have been dropping, as far as new MCs, older MCs, older rappers, you know what I'm saying? You know, people that just make rap music, Kill Drill. I'm gonna name another one. This is a new one, and if y'all hear it, you know where you got it from. Pussy popping music.
Pussy pop.
Pussy
I
poppers.
got another name too. You know what I'm saying? It just popped in my head. You know, the saucy movement. That's what
That's a good one.
You know, the saucy.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I'm saying? The saucy swag guy, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good one, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting year. You know, as far as like, there's been a few like Heat Rocker singles. You know, I think we played a few good Battle of the Bangers, but I don't know if it's one that's just like overtaken just yet.
Yeah, they just overpower.
Yeah, I don't think it's like I don't think it's like a overpowering like top single this year, which is a great thing, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
shout out to the Summer Jam. What was it, last week? They had Summer Jam. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Summer Jam.
Shout out Summer Jam. I didn't get to see a lot and hear a lot. You know, I didn't get to participate, but I heard a lot from it. I heard it's been one of the best one in the upcoming years. You know what I'm saying? Which which is great for the city. Just, I don't know, it's just kind of been an interesting year.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do today is kind of lead off of something that just really came out of left field.
Yeah.
Two special MCs, you know, collabing. I will say it's been a great year as far as like collabs.
Yeah, collabs and albums.
Yeah.
Albums being put out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a great year. So I think this one is gonna be one to come. Like I said, two great MCs, you know, kind of similar monikers, mannerisms, you know, different, what?
I would say personas, different personas.
Different personas. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You take it from here.
Well, one basically coming out of left one coming out of the left coast.
Absolutely.
Excuse my language. I really don't know a whole lot about the featured artist, put it that way.
Right.
You know, I know he's a West Coast artist. He's down with Griselda. I'm kind of giving it away right there. Yeah. He also is up under, how can I put this? I guess, well, I was gonna put his gang affiliation.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
You know, he's up under the red flag or whatever. Me personally, I really don't know. I try to do my my background on him, but you know, it was a little bit too late for me. But yeah, coming out of the West Coast. But the producer is one of the top MCs of this era, you know, that's been around, you know, for a little bit. And he's probably the forerunner of this underground sound and movement that's been coming out the past couple years. I would like to say.
Very much so.
And this also displays his production ear and his beat making capabilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This sound we're about to review is a very vintage 70 type of sound. You know, I wish I would have got my, you know, got me one of them fly collars, man. You know, one of them big old fly collars from back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got anything else you want to add?
Nah, bro. Tell them who we rocking with.
We rocking with Jay Worthy and Roc Marciano.
Yeah, man.
Roc Marcy.
Yeah. A little from coast to coast, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is a very unorthodox type of collaboration. Cause with Jay Worthy, with the you know, with the left coast Cali gang bang type of influence, coming with a MC and a producer like Roc Marciano, it's gonna be definitely a different type of switch up, probably for both artists.
Yeah, for both of them. Yeah, the West Coast is about to really invade, you know what I'm saying, the ears and the minds and the speakers of the world with this sound upcoming in the next few years. Mark my words, y'all heard it from 4 Eye Fly, OG 4 Eye Fly himself. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of, you know, upcoming MCs and grounded MCs over there. Sort of like, you know, with the Griselda kind of follow, they really was, you know, grounded from Roc Marciano.
Yeah, definitely.
So with the West Coast, a lot of these, you know, upcoming MCs are really gonna be following the path of one of our favorites that don't get enough mentions and don't get enough respect in hip-hop, period, but definitely is not really recognized even on the left coast, Planet Asia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
I say in the next 2 to 3 years, it's gonna be a shift in hip hop, and a lot of it, like, you know, the South is taking over the radio. The South been reigning for a lot of years now, and you know the middle been following with the drill. You're gonna see a shift in music that's gonna be going over to the left coast. Mark my words. And this album right here is gonna prove it. You know, even with the sound and the mind of Roc Marciano. So we did enough talking, man. Let's get into it, bro.
Yeah.
This album is called Nothing Bigger Than the Program.
Yeah.
So
Fully produced by Roc Marciano.
absolutely, fully, yes, absolutely. So we're gonna get into this first record of our K7 pick, which is called Underground Legends, featuring Bun B. Sounds kind of close to Underground Kings. Let's get it. Yeah.
Slide now, laugh later, but we kill for to see how I'm dead. Make me happy like I'm Gilmore. Sending hoes till I'm a senior. Shout out to Fillmore. I really got love in the Bay. Knocked her in Lakeshore. She was just a fan of my rap. I really break horse.
Yeah, that was a very psychedelic type of influence right there with the guitar riffs, and you know, it took me to that space. You know what I'm saying?
Stay strong when you really move across the state farm. Insurance full of homies, they gon' say I really put on. And
Interesting collaboration with Bun B. You know, I think this is probably maybe a little switch up to Bun B, but I know Bun B also has done records and projects with Static Selected.
Absolutely.
So,
shout out Stat.
So Bun B has been in that pocket as well. Yeah. So far as the more hip hop type of sound. So, but so far as Jay Worthy, you know, I know him being around West Side Gun and the Griselda camp. He's kind of used to production kind of like this. You know, the production that don't really have a bass line. It's just a continuous, you know, loop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Roc Marciano is kind of famous for. Yeah, on the production tip. But overall, you know, I think it was a pretty good start off for a record. I would give it probably starting out maybe a 8.5. Okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah, this was a strong record to start off the album. Strong feature too, man.
Underground king from the land of the trio, where confrontations get settled by the hand of the steel. Niggas will run up in your kitchen if your cabinets is filled. And if
I love that, you know, this kind of sound doesn't have to be, you know, so much regional. You can be from anywhere, and you know, when you not from up north, it kind of sounds a little bit better with this sound. I'm not even gonna front, or you know, it just makes it sound a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. I don't know if he's officially a member, but I would love him to be a member, because I love hearing, you know, Sauce Walker on some, you know, Derringer beats.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to hear an album produced by Roc Marciano, Sauce Walker. I think that, you know,
dope too.
I think it'll be really ill to get my A&R back real quick. I think it'll be really ill, you know what I'm saying, to hear an EP or album by Sauce Walker, Stove God cooks. You heard it first right here, you know. Yeah. I think that'll
Sauce and stove.
Yeah.
You already got the
sauce on the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause we know stove got production too, so you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with the release of stove and you know the paperwork and all of that, but we need an album, we need something. So why not you know what I'm saying, get with Sauce Walker, you know, straight up. That tag team right there be like, you know, Hawk and Animal. Yeah. But I love that combination, man. So to hear Bun B on a track like this and to hear, you know, Jay Worthy, somebody on from the West Coast on a sound like this, man, it sounds real ill, man. And you know, it's a strong record. I probably go in the same range of you, bro. I think I might give it an 8.6. Matter of fact, yeah, cause you know, it's like a power punch, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I ain't really do it too much. But personally, I know somebody that did it real well too. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? He did it for me. I ain't never snuffed nobody, but bro did. Bro snuffed the hell out of somebody for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was like. It was like a snuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. Damn. Man, you brought back some memories right there. Damn, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. Not only did bro do it with his fist, he kind of had his elbow in with a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, that's a super throwback right there. So that's what it was kind of like for me. You know what I'm saying? When I heard this track, it was like, you know, it came out and snuffed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just came out of left field with it on the real. Yeah, but. Yeah, we'll go. I'll have to go with 8.6 with that. So this next record is gonna be the fifth. But the program, my bad. Yeah, featuring Roc Marciano and who's that? Ashton. Is it Ashton Music?
Ashton Matthews.
Matthews. Yeah, my bad. Let's get it.
Okay. Rock, what up? View my story well known all through the avenues. Whole strolls, gang infest parks where they pick and choose. Who gon' have to go in that car or squabble up rules? Strawberry suck like a vacuum. Shit, I was 50. You lied if you said you ain't did it. Ho, I'm from P Street.
Yeah, man, I love that record right there. That was bringing it, bringing forth that 70s vibe right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, Rock with the continuous loop. Without the bass line. You know, I never heard of that cat, Ashton Matthews, but he reminds me kind of like a Stove God a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a West Coast version of you know, the way his delivery.
Absolutely.
How he
20 inch, Forgiato spinning, no I check chicken. Pollo Loco, Young Mac 11, just know this West business. And amigos whack that on Van Davis, the West did it. You smoking, huh? Pick out your coffin, nigga, and rest in and get pissed.
He was putting his words together, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was pretty dope. You know, it's always dope when somebody that's not put out there like that comes in and surprises you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like Jay Worthy's verse on here too.
Yeah,
that was a very dope verse.
Absolutely.
You know, with everything said, I would get this record. I think I would go a step above the last one and get this like 8.8.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.8.
Hey yo, Snoop Dogg. Need to sign these dudes. This need to be the new sound of Death Row right here for the West. Starting off with, you know, this MC by the name of Ashton Matthews. You know what I'm saying? Because like bro said, he got that stove god flow, but he reminds you a lot of Nip.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He sound like Nip with a, you know, if Nip, you know, kind of grew up a little bit up top in the city. Sounds like Nip with a lick of lyricism. Let's put it like that.
Right.
Somebody need to sign him and put him on, man. Straight up. Son got it.
Couple purple rain umbrella like I'm Jim Jones. Sliding through the north, I rock the chopper size of Kim Jong. Nigga, I'll be stunning, I'll be shining, don't get spent on.
He got it. You know, if you a heavy wrestler watcher, do you remember when John Cena had his first match? Took wrestling by storm. That's the approach I got from Son right there on that record. He bodied everybody on that record. You know what I'm saying? He bodied the way that the beat sounded to me, straight up. You know, you don't get too many of those that come out and just body something. Son's nice, straight up. Like bro said, it had that throwback feel to it. I can listen to that one non-stop. You know, I'll easily go with a 9.3, 9.4 for that. Easily. Yeah. If that don't get your ear as a A&R, as a listener, you ain't listening right. Plain and simple. Like that. But we gonna get into this number 3 record, get to the wake up.
Been drinking on bourbon with malt liquor. Headache on 100, don't tell me about shit. Bitch, take the keys to the Lexus and move it before they take it. Street cleaning got me for a few hundred. I'm still sleep. She try to rub on my Johnson. I'm nodding, so trick beat it. We done fuck.
Yeah, that was a good storytelling record, especially with Jay Worthy's verse. Kind of described, I guess, a day in the life. You know, being on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that he was saying in his verse.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Roc Marciano. You know, spreading his Pimpire flavor on that record. You know what I'm saying?
Cop the presidential rollie was all whole money when motherfuckers was broken bummy with your nose runny. Spun for a cold as a young and some rubber stole from me. My head is on gold for me. Smoke the homie, you need to go.
You know, shout out to Priest, man. I think Priest would have loved that record.
Absolutely.
What
up, bro? Bro might be asking for us to find this instrumental for him.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, cause this is his type flavor right there. That's
yeah,
it. That's that old school, you know.
Yeah, this is definitely something you would play to be cleaning up the crib.
Yeah, man. See, this is the type of record that you know, you can play around your pops and play around your older uncles and, you know, things like that. You know, something that they can relate to. You know what I'm saying? It has that Delphonics type of vibe. Stylistics, you know. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I love it. I will give this probably an 8.9, a solid 9. I love the record. Love the collaboration.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. What you think this should get? You know what I'm saying? This might. We should have got bro to ride in here to review this with us. You know what I'm saying?
Priest, yeah.
This is definitely your speed, bro. for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling like bro might have said he might have gave this one a 9.5, 9.6. That too high? I don't, just off the music, you probably give this a 9.5, 9.6 just off the music.
Off the production.
Yeah, because I know this is like your speed as far as, you know, I can hear one of bro's, you know, poems off for a record like this. I'm telling you, you're gonna reach out and say, yo, man, find an instrumental for me. I'm telling you, straight up. But hey, man, it ain't really nothing to really review on this record. Everything was on the up and up. Everything. I think maybe the only thing I would say is it could have been a little bit longer. You might have been able to throw like a little Larry June hook in there. Maybe not. Maybe it just didn't need either one of those. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds great to me. It was just, you know, cool out, like you said. You can play this joint around your uncles at a barbecue.
Yeah.
You can play this in a barber shop. You know, you can play this, you know, when you trying to, you know, cake something and lay something on the phone later with a shorty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's ironic. I had the Bulls, she had the Chronic. The Lakers beat the Supersonics. You know? You can just play this with the windows down, top down. You can play this at a car wash or whatever. You know, you got Roc Marciano on there, like bro said. You know, doing this pimp thing. You can play this on the way to, you know, smack one up because she owe you $10. You know, you go a lot of ways with this record, man. It's just good summertime, springtime type vibe music. You know what I'm saying? And good MCing. I'll say that it wasn't too over saturated. You know how people like, I don't know, we probably mentioned this before on some records, but people, you know, try to overcook like a steak, try to put too much stuff on it, and it's like come out tasting like it's like a rubber tire off of a bike. This wasn't that. This was, you know, this was the total opposite. Like it was just right. It was like I don't know, man. It had a little pink in it. You know what I'm saying? Like the steak with the, you know, not too much, not too red, but just a little bit of pink to where you could chew it and digest it. This was that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I went with that route. But yeah, definitely a good record. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get into this Players Only. I think this is number 4.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Pre-approved for some millions, oh Lord, what a feeling when you did it on your own. Custom lights in the ceiling, oriental rugs, and hotel rooms full of women. Coconut watch feel like dust when you sniff it in the...
It sound like Jay Worthy was getting his pimp stroll on that record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of vibe it gave me. You know what I'm saying? He was just getting his Mac on right there. Yeah. Same thing with the production, man. I think the production is just keeping it real consistent with the sound, and everything just blends well together.
Absolutely.
You know, each record we play complements each other.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe of this particular album. Is that real vintage 70s type of influence, you know what I'm saying? And the pimping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This record, I'll go with an 8.6. I think I'm good with that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this record had from Jay Worthy, what stood out to me was the punches. You know, know, he was punching in and out on this one. You know what I'm saying? And
everybody in, hard to tell who really with it. Few got it out the mud, the rest slide and said they did it.
You know, he was punching in and out on this one. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't take away anything. It actually sounded dope. You know what I'm saying? When you could play with production, just mess around in different ways, man. You know, you might come out with something. And this one definitely came out in a good way, man. It was real dope. You know, real dope. How he manifested this one. You know, I might go with the same. I might go with about an 8.5, 8.6 with that one. The production on it was just real simple and, you know, not too oversaturated either. Definitely, no, it's not possible, but that record sounded like, you know, it could have had the voice and even Jay Worthy's flow on it reminded me a lot of Prodigy. If you really listen to it, you can hear Prodigy's, you know, just voice on that one. That would have been absolutely phenomenal for P's flow. You know what I'm saying? To be on that. Rest in peace, P too, man. Yeah, I could have heard, you know, Godfather, you know, on that one too. You know what I'm saying?
Godfather Part 3.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it could have went a lot of ways, but I think I would go. I go in the same distance as that one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, sure. So we're gonna get into this next record, which is Simple Man featuring Kurupt. Let's get it.
She good but overrated, graduated from a player, your head down, don't give a nigga no contact with I unless it's I, Morgan Freeman. You know I'm fast black, I started having flashbacks, I missed that bitch Nene, I started.
Yeah. The feds taking pictures. I rock a ski mask under the goggles.
Paparazzi, homie, that's the federale snapping pictures at the funeral. I rock the ski mask under my goggles.
Yeah, man. You know, that's real life right there.
Straight
you know
up
what I'm
and
saying?
down.
That's a personal line. You know. Shout out. I gotta say this too. Shout out to Bootsy, man. You know, I know the situation just happened.
Yeah, man. You know, real light.
Yeah, but this is probably one of my favorite records on the project, man. If not my favorite record. You know, this is definitely I think both artists got in their bag on this one. You know, I think Jay Worthy and Kurupt had a lot of standout lines. You know, I like Kurupt's line when he said, "My sister is Rebecca, catch me in Tribeca," or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was dope too. This record to me, this is a 9 and up record. This is probably like a 9.23 for me.
Yeah,
all the way. Just like you said on the last one, you know, we think we should have had Priest review this. I think this is another one Priest would have enjoyed too.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the chorus.
Yeah.
I don't know what old record Roc Marciano sampled, but I like that. You know, give me all your money.
Yeah.
You know, old man, every dime. Trip me out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
9.2, 9.3, man. How you feel?
Yeah, man. It sound like he sampled that from an old after school PBS you know, school joint, you know what I'm saying? Definitely an ill sample, man. Priest definitely will love this for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything about it, even Kurupt's verse. Love me some Kurupt, man. One of my favorite MCs, especially, you know what I'm saying, from the West Coast, man.
My sister's Rebecca, I'm headed to Tribeca. Can't see the connection, trifecta, the non-pecking.
You know what I'm saying, from the West Coast, man. Just off of Kruze verse alone, and we ain't heard Gotti, and I gotta go with at least a 9.4, man, at least. You know what I'm saying? Kruze verse on here, one of the best verses that could be thrown in the best features of the year. Yeah. Memorable, like bro said, you know what I'm saying? My sister Rebecca trifecta, you know what I'm saying? And Tribeca, yeah. Straight up, man. Corrupt always had those bars. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with this next record, which is the Huddle, featuring Bart Oatmeal. Let's get it.
The Goose Bubbles, Cartier frames, and AP watches, the showstoppers, Palace Gore-Tex, and Preen sweatsuits. My whole closet, everything I cop, I pay in full. It's no deposit.
The production on that, man, I'm kind of glad we highlighted that record, because it didn't really hit me till now, to what I was, listening to it now. It reminded me of a record on Ghostface Supreme Clientele.
Step into the party, it's me, God Almighty, Ghost still holding that shotty.
I can't think of the name of the record, but it has a similar sound with the loop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're
have
talking about,
I have
too,
to add
yeah.
it in here, but when I'm gonna have to add it in here.
Yeah.
To everybody here, but yeah, very, very similar with that one. Yeah, man, this is another vintage type of Empire. I know that's Roc's.
Yeah, for sure.
Name, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was, very Mac and Pimpish on here. You know what I'm saying? Just a dope record. The second guy, I don't know I think
Bart Oatmeal.
Yeah, that's the Bart Oatmeal.
Yeah.
He had that line though, get a bowl or whatever.
Yeah, what's the topic? That was
what's the topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I would get his record probably. I go with an 8.5, 8.4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a solid record.
Yeah, it sounds fair. Yeah, the feature of Bart Oatmeal, he had like a shy approach to him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like a it was just like like a humility outlet or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Road, swap me shoes, white socks, gold toes. South Central monster, bearing bad news, I'm a problem. Oatmeal, get a bowl, what's your topic?
Kind of like, the likes of with Snoop. Oh, late for work, better get it. Remember those days.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Snoop came in with what's that? Can't even think of the name of the record. With Dre.
You saying Snoop record?
Yeah, when Snoop came in with Dre. What's the name of that record?
Deep Cover?
Deep Cover. There we go. I should be ashamed of myself. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Punter too, man. You know what I'm saying? While I'm on the subject. One of the best MCs, illest MCs ever. You know what I'm saying? It's only one MC that made Nas rewrite his verse, and that's Pun. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. I'm from Queens, so I can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of, because a lot of people don't remember, because, Snoop live out loud now. People forget when Snoop was shy and didn't want to look at the camera.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people forget that about Snoop. And Bart Oatmeal kind of, the approach in this record reminded me of, a little bit, maybe, instead of being camera shy, like a little bit of microphone shy, but still dope. You know what I'm saying? Because even though Snoop was, camera shy, he still, had that body language, the way that, he rhymed and was, he was so lanky and tall, he still had that ill approach to him. That street approach to him. And you know the bars that Bart used on here, man, was L. L, especially for a West Coast MC, man. Cause these upcoming West Coast MCs, man, they ain't really getting too much shine, man. Y'all need to pay attention, straight up. You know what I'm saying, on the real. I'm gonna say this again here soon, but I'm gonna say it right now. I'm a New Yorker to heart to the day I die. But if I had to choose somewhere else to be from, it would be LA. I would be a West Coaster, because I got a lot of West Coast in me, straight up. On the real. But with that record, I'll probably go, I'll go with, the likes of probably like an 8.3, 8.4. So what? You know what I'm saying, on the real. So take a little pause real quick, get into this last record off the K7. Yeah, this last one off the K7. This one's called Fur Coat Talk, featuring Dash. This is one of my favorite titles right here, yo.
It's for the fur coat niggas in the V12 engines playing the DMV. She did well in Virginia. I'm a real life B. You can tell that I sent her. She was still 19, was 24, I remember.
Yeah, man, that sound like a 70s suspense movie, part in the movie. Where some action happening or something.
Yeah.
They going on a high-speed chase or something like that.
Yeah.
Are they running down looking for somebody? That's what it sound like to me. I think it was a good closeout record, for the album. Once again, Roc Marciano keeping it in the same vein with the 70s sound. I ain't got really too much to add to that. Yeah. I think I would probably get this record, I'll go with a 8.34, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's appropriate. Yeah, it sounds like kind of like one of those Mexican mafia movies, man.
Gave you know that money, what I'm gon' chase. Jumped inside the whip, she sucked my dick, said this how God tastes. Gen 5 blocks, I had to get into an arms race.
Like the background music or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Really had that approach to it, simplistic, but kept your attention. Sometimes, man, with these type of records, man, it can get kind of boring. But with this album, it wasn't like that at all. It kept your attention in place, and that's what I like about it. And that's something that I wanted to highlight, because I know that's missed a lot with these albums. We're not all the way honest as we need to be. Sometimes the album gets boring. Sometimes you doze off and you fall asleep, even with a lot of features, man. People think because the album is like highly packed with features, it's automatically dope. That's not the case. A lot of times it's not the case, because some of your features can be boring too. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I've heard a lot of albums in the past where it was highly packed with features and they boring, Another thing I wanted to highlight and to mention, sometimes with artists later in the albums, like after the maybe like the 6 or 7 record, the albums tends to get boring too. A lot of people feel like they need to add like the whacker records to the later of the album because it's almost over. That's something that attention needs to be focused on too a lot of times, because sometimes, man, you can save your better records for the last of the album and make it better. So with these kind of albums and collaborations, you got to be real critical on where you pick and place your albums. Place your songs on your albums. You know what I'm saying? As well as your song titles. Because, people like me that, you know, depicts the album and you know, really dissect it, sometimes your song titles that's gonna get your attention more than anything, you know, with people. So you gotta be very critical with that, man, and not really have a lot of yes men around you, but people that's gonna tell you the truth, you know, even about your song titles, man. But the titles on here was really dope. That's one credit that Roc Marciano don't get a lot for, is his song titles. A lot of you artists, y'all should hit up Roc Marciano just to, you know, get song titles from him alone. You know what I'm saying? He can send you the invoice for that. We can too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you unsigned artists, you need some song titles, hit the Gmail. You know what I'm saying? For a good $50, we can give you some song titles. The price might be going up next year for me and bro, because, you know, we got a lot to do. So, you know, yeah, get it at a fine price of $50. Straight up on the real. But that record, I might go with the 8 point, maybe like an 8.3 on that record, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like, yeah, we'll go with that. As far as the records we didn't detail on this album, and, you know, the album as a whole, I might go with a solid 8.8. What you say, bro?
Yeah, I think I would go along with that. You know, being the production alone was, you know, just incredible for this particular project. I think an 8.8 is a fair assessment. So I go along with an 8.8.
Yeah, you know, it was very greatly produced. And another thing to highlight before we get out of here is that, you know, with Roc Marciano, he don't get credited for his interludes either. And sometimes, man, your interlude can just be as great as a record. You know what I'm saying? And it can take up some of the space too, man. So that's something that you unsigned artists, you know, you could use too. Get back into the interludes, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you need something in a placement. That's something that Bro was always good at too. You know, Bro always got a movie we ain't seen as far as an interlude, you know, just to, you know, say something to make us laugh or whatever, you know. Man, there's so many interludes off the Bronx Tale, ain't it, bro?
Oh, yeah.
You know, dudes still ain't used, you know?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Definitely the Godfathers, and, you know, it's, believe it or not, there's still some interludes off of the Goodfellas that still ain't been used. You know, sometimes people use the same interludes for different things and they skip over, man, you know. But it don't even have to be long, because if you really listen to Roc Marciano, he throws music beyond a lot of these interludes. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that y'all can high key off too. So yeah. But nevertheless, you rocking with the freshest, the Kruze Review. I'm 4 Eye Fly, OG 4 Eye Fly.
At TP.
Yeah, man, we out of here. At ease.